Good morning, everyone. It's our time for Friday morning live session. So, if you're just jumping on, I'll give everybody a minute or two to get your mat out, grab your blocks, bolsters if you have them, and we'll get started. So, if you've got your mat, great. If you don't have a mat, you can just use a towel. That's totally fine. If you've got your blocks, use those. Yep, mine come all handy wrapped up in my roller. Then we get them out. If you don't have blocks, use pillows or something and a strap. And if you don't have a strap, that's totally cool. You can use a tie to your robe to get started. So we're going to start in a seated position as I currently am. And again, we're just going to get started letting everybody get on. Hola, good morning. So, if you're new to Yin Yoga, the idea is to just allow the body to warm up. We're going to focus on connecting with our breath. And we may do a little chanting at the end of it. You can feel that vibration run through the body. We'll see how we feel. We're going to give it a go. So just sit cross-legged. Remember which leg that you have in front, because as we go through this little series, we're going to switch legs. So I currently have my left in front. It's always my starter leg when I get going. We're just going to place your hands on your knees. We're going to sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders back, lengthen. So we're not tilting the chin and compressing into the back of the cervical spine. We're lengthening and then tilting slightly. Okay, so that we're just opening everything up. We're going to breathe into the belly. So as we take a nice long breath in, try to expand into the belly as we breathe in through your nose. And exhale. Okay, so we're going to breathe in through your nose. Let the air escape through your mouth. And again, we're going to breathe into the belly. Shoulders back, chest lifted as you inhale. And exhale. 2 more as you inhale. Exhale. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. Good. We're going to take your shoulders, imagine the top of your shoulders are going up and around the clock. Hands are still on your knees. You're going to inhale up and pull them back, down, and around. And lift. We're going to try to move that entire shoulder girdle. Okay, and we're not pulling up with the arms. We're just keeping the hands on your knees, relaxed. Use your shoulders, kind of go up, pull them back down and around. We're going to do 2 more, and then we're going to switch direction. Last one to the back. Hold here. Now, back, forward, and around. And you're going to get that little curve, and you're going to allow the upper back to open as we get those shoulders to move this morning. And again, breathe and roll it around. 2 more. Last one. Good. And we're going to hold here. Now, we're going to take your left arm across the body. Keep it nice and straight. And we're going to gently pull it across. We're not shrugging. We're not bending. We're going to keep that chest nice and lifted. And we're going to pull it across. Actively keep your fingers reaching outward. And again, we're still breathing deep into the belly. Concentrate on your breath. We're going to hold for 2 more breaths. Last breath in. Okay, we're going to keep this arm, we're going to take it up and pull it back. Now you're going to keep your bicep really close to your ear and let your hand fall down the center of your back. And you're gently pulling backward and breathe. We're going to do a little bit of a shoulder opener, so we're going to open up the shoulders first. Okay, try to relax the shoulder blade down the back as you're pressing your elbow straight up to the ceiling, and then you're going to pull slightly back. So you're going to feel that pull all the way through. Okay, one more breath here. And release. Bring it down and around. So we're going to bring your right arm around, keep it completely straight, and then gently pull across. And then after we open the shoulders up, we're going to connect our hands behind our back and open the chest a little bit. Okay, again, focus on your breath. So we're actively reaching the fingers to the other direction, keeping that shoulder pulled down. And if you're just jumping on, just get into position. We've only just begun. One more breath here. Okay, and we're going to bring the arm up and behind, and again, let that hand fall down your back. Take note about where it is, and do you have the same range of motion as the other side? Like, does your hand come down between your shoulder blades as it gets stuck a little bit higher? Does it go down closer to your bra strap? You're gently pulling backward, pressing your elbow up to the ceiling, and let that hand fall down between the shoulder blades. Okay, I'm going to hold for 2 more breaths. Okay, and we're going to release. Okay, come down, just roll them out. Now, we're going to take your left arm up and above and your right arm around and behind, and you're going to try to connect your hands to see where they match. So, this is why I'm going to move your hair out of the way. You're going to reach your hand down, you're going to reach your hand up, and you're going to try to connect your hands. Mine are not connecting this morning. We're just going to hold. Now, what you're going to do is pull your shoulder blades back and together slightly, lift the chest, and then work towards, I got fingers touching. Okay, so we're just going to hold here, and again, keep lifting the chest, walking the hand down, working to open up. Okay, one more breath here. And we're going to exhale and release. Roll the shoulders out, and we're going to switch sides. Now we're going to take your right arm up and bring it down. Left arm up and under. And see if you've got equal. And again, fingers are touching. For me, I only have just my index fingers touching on the pad. You're going to lift your chest. And take note about the difference or the similarities between the two, to see which shoulder is tighter than the other. One more breath. Okay, and exhale and release. Roll the shoulders out. So we're going to do a little bit more of a shoulder opener here. So we're going to take our arms nice and wide, bend your arms, we're going to lift the chest. We're going to arch the back as you pull the shoulder blades together, squeeze the shoulder blades, take a breath in. As you exhale, you're bringing your left arm over the right for a great big hug. Here we go. As you exhale and hug. Good. And hold. Breathe. Now we're going to tuck and roll forward. So you're going to bend at the waist, pull your elbows in towards your belly button, pull your chin down to your chest, and curl the back. One more breath here. And exhale. As you inhale, pull your abdominals in and come up and release. Pull, bend your elbows slightly, lift your chest, pull the shoulder blades back, take a breath in. As you exhale, right arm comes on top. Hug yourself. Take a breath in and exhale. Pull the abdominals in, pull the elbows down towards your belly button, drop your chin. One more breath here. As you inhale, use your abdominals, pull in and up and release. Now, we're going to change that out. Pull your shoulder blades in and together. We're doing a semi-crow. So the left arm's going to go on top. We're going to cross at your elbows. Bend your arms. If the backs of your hands are touching and that's where you are, awesome, stay there. If you're able to slide the right hand towards your face and around and clasp the palms of your hand, then you're going to do that. From here, we're going to lift your elbows, so your face should be in line with your hands, like this. Take a breath in. We're going to lift those elbows gently. Okay, and again, lift your elbows a little bit more. Don't strain it. If it's not going to go, just listen to your body, what it's telling you. Pull your elbows away from, forward, away from your shoulders. Lift them a little bit more if you're able. From here, we're going to curl forward and bring your elbows down to the floor in front of you. If this is too much, you're going to go back up to the posture that we just had. Keep the abdominals pulled in and breathe. Okay, here we go. Pull the abdominals in as you inhale and come up. We're going to release. Take it out. Pull the shoulder blades back in together. Nice big stretch, opening the chest. Now the right arm and goes on top. Yeah, bend back to the hands if you're touching. If you're able, the left hand's going to slide towards your face and come around and grab onto the palms. If you're able, hold here. And again, your face lines up with your hands. I keep moving my head so you guys can see, but you want to just be here. And then we're just going to lift your elbows. So pull your elbows forward. You're going to feel that opening in the shoulder. And then you're going to lift the elbows a little bit more. And again, listen to your body, what it's telling you. And again, lift a little bit more. Okay, here we go. Curling at the waist, pull the abdominals in and tilt forward. One more breath here. Okay, pull your abdominals in as you inhale and come up. And release. Drop the arms and just roll the shoulders. All right. From here, just going to shrug them up, pull them all the way up, take a breath in, and exhale. Pull them all the way down, lifting the chest. We're going to do one more. Inhale and exhale. Pull them down. All right. We're going to take your left arm around and behind. Little bit of a spinal twist. Be careful when you're making this movement. From here, again, we're keeping that leg in front. We're going to tackle that in a second. Take the right hand to the outside, and we're going to inhale, lift. And then imagine you're twisting, wringing out a towel, right? That motion that you can see, like your twist. Your belly button's the center of that twist. So when we're turning from here, we're pulling in and twisting. Okay, so the movement is from the core. So when you're coming around, be careful when you're pulling the abdominals in. We're always going to inhale and lift and only turn on the exhalation. Okay, so as we inhale, lift, and again, right here, exhale, turn, yeah? So your shoulders aren't doing this extra twist. Your head stays in the center of your chest. There is postures where you turn your head. This is not one of them. Okay, we're going to inhale again and exhale and twist. You're placing your right hand on the knee for balance, just to hold your position. And again, two more as we inhale and lift and exhale exhale. So really pull those abdominals in. Last one is you inhale and exhale. Take one breath in and exhale, come back to center. Okay, the right hand, and we're going to repeat the process on the other side. Right hand behind, left hand on the knee. We're going to inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, and turn. So again, like we're wringing out a towel. You really want to be conscious of the abdominals as you're turning. And again, inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, and turn. Use the abdominals to make the turn. Keep the upper body lifted. And again, inhale and exhale. One more, inhale. Don't overturn the head, and exhale. Pull those abdominals in. Okay, one breath here. And exhale. Come back to center. Okay, so again, this is where we've kept that front leg in whatever leg you have in front. Hold on to that. We're going to go forward to open up the back of the hips. So we're going to lift, and from your hip, you're going to tilt forward. So we're not collapsing this way because this is going to collapse the way we breathe. So we're going to lift from your hip, tilt forward. You're going to feel that pull back in the hips, and we're going to place the hands, and then we're going to keep lifting. So imagine that you're lifting kind of up and forward. This is where the blocks come in. If you're finding that you need that little extra, then you're going to use your blocks. So as we go down, you're going to just fingertip walk your fingers forward. You're going to feel that stretch in the back of the hip, opening up through the butt cheeks. That's what we want. Fingertip walk. So you're literally going to fingertip walk it forward. I don't know what the technical term is, but I like to say that. Okay, now just hold and breathe wherever you are. Place your hands. You're going to push the hands down into the floor and roll the weight back, push your butt cheeks back. So it deepens the stretch. You're going to roll your arms in like you're squeezing a ball between your elbows. If you're able, you're going to drop your elbows to the floor. See, this is where if I had a cameraman, that'd be cool because then I could tilt the camera down. But I don't. All right. Pulling those elbows in like we're squeezing a ball between your elbows, and drop. Now, if the floor is too far and you've got your blocks and you're dropping onto your blocks, you can use those. Okay, now, as we press the hands gently down into the floor, you're still pushing and rolling the pelvis backward. So imagine you're trying to roll back on the butt cheeks and pull your shoulders forward at the same time. We're going to feel that little tug of war, and then you're going to engage the abdominals. So deep inside, imagine that you've got that corset and it's tightening in. That's your transverse abdominal. We want those to engage. Okay, one more breath. We're going to straighten out the arms, walk your hands back. Okay, this is where we're switching legs. So whatever leg was in behind, you're bringing in front, and then we're doing the exact same thing the other direction. Okay, so same rules apply. We're going to inhale, lift, tilt forward. This one's going to be a little easier because we're already slightly warmed up. Walking your hands forward. So again, you're going to fingertip pull yourself forward. This is a little tight this morning. Okay, and breathe. And if you're like me, noticing that one side's tighter than the other, this is what's happening. All right, when you get to the point where you can't go anymore, you're going to flatten your hands, gently press the palms down into the floor, pull your elbows in like you're squeezing a ball, and then gently just bend your elbows down onto the floor. Again, if you're using your blocks, place your elbows on your blocks. Okay, and we're going to roll the weight back into the back of the butt cheeks, and then pull the rib cage forward and engage the abdominals. Imagine that you just got squeezed into your corset. And breathe. This is where the strengthening in the abdominal wall comes from, holding that isometric contraction and breathing at the same time. It helps to strengthen, not flatten. Let's be clear. Okay, we're gonna hold for 3 more breaths. Keep working on the posture as you pull the rib cage forward, press the hips back. One more breath. Okay, press into your palms, straighten your arms, walk yourself back. All right, we're going to bring your knees in, extend the legs, and release those a little bit. Okay, we're gonna do an opener for the adductors. First, I want you to bend your knees and then just sway your hips from side to side. Allow that to relax and release a little bit. If you're like me, it was a little bit tight. And anytime you need to pause between postures of what we're doing, just do that and just sit comfortably. Let me tilt down the camera so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. All right, so if we're sitting on our mats, we're gonna extend the legs out. Yeah? All right. This is something I like to do with my group that I teach on Monday night. So if you're watching, I know you are. You know what to do. You're not gonna like it. So we're gonna do a little abdominal strengthener, shoulder strengthener. So when you're sitting in your extended V-sit, you're gonna place one hand in front. If you need your blocks, use your blocks. If you have a book, right? If you don't have blocks, you have a book or something, you can use that too. I've done that in the past. So left hand in front, right hand behind, and if you need to make a fist like I'm gonna do to get more leverage, we're gonna lift the body up off the floor. Yes, lifting the leg up off the floor. Ready? Oh, sorry. All right, Jess. Here we go. I saw that. Ready? Pull your abdominals in. So full abdominal contraction and lift. Hold. Keep pressing down and release. Guess what? We have the other side to do because we have 2 sides of the body. Place your right hand in front and the left behind. Remember, it is a curl and a contraction. Imagine you're pulling your rib cage to your hip bones. Use your abdominals, and then all we're doing is straightening the arms and pushing out of the shoulders. Here we go. Other side, and lift. Breathe. And release. Super fun. As you all know, that's code for just fun for me. All right. Sitting in our extended V-sit, we're going to extend and reach. Make sure your knees and your toes are pointing straight up. We're going to roll the thighs back. If you physically need to put your hands on your thighs and roll them back as your pelvis rolls forward, because we're just gonna, lift and tilt forward. And if you just felt your hamstrings scream, you're there. This is where the blocks, books, whatever, pillows come in, your bolster, if you have a bolster, comes in handy so that you can guide yourself down and have leverage. Now, when we go forward and down, as I'm talking, you're gonna just keep going forward. Use your arms for a balance, please. This is one of those postures where it can take a long time or a short time. It depends on your body. But what you're going to do is brace the weight of the upper body, which is why we're using your arms. We're gonna lift that rib cage up. Press your butt back and down. So we're at this 45-degree angle here. As we roll the thighs back, we can allow the pelvis to roll forward. Yeah? So if you're looking at my legs thinking, how come mine don't go as far? Or maybe they go farther, right? So this is something I work on all the time. And you're physically just going to separate the parts of the body as we go forward. Now, because the weight of the upper body is more, you don't want to just pull yourself forward. It's too much strain on the adductors and into the knee joint. So hence you're bracing, and the more you can brace the upper weight, it takes the pressure off the adductors, and as you breathe, it allows them to relax. Hence why we use all of our tools around us. And breathe. So remember, we're pulling up and forward. So remember, if you had a pendant on, right, which hangs just at the sternum, it's coming up. So this motion of up and forward over as we press the hip bones back. If you're able to use your blocks or don't need them and your elbows are on the floor, do that. And breathe. Flex your feet, press your heels outward, pull your toes towards you. You're not flexing your toes, you're flexing the whole foot. So you're flexing at the ankle. I have vocabulary problems this week. All right, keep pressing your heel outward, pull the toes towards you so your feet are straight. Don't crunch your toes. Roll your thighs back, tilt the hips forward, pull the shoulder blades back. Good, and breathe. We're here for about 30 seconds more. Excellent. I'm sure you guys are doing awesome. And thank you for joining me this morning. All right. If you're on your blocks, your elbows or whatever, you're going to shift them over, plant your hands. Okay. Now, stay where you are, leg-wise. Remember that rotation that we did this earlier when we were sitting cross-legged? We're going to do the same thing here. So, place your right hand in front and the left hand behind. We're going to inhale left. Be careful if you're feeling it in the spine or your shoulders or whatever. Your body will tell you what it can or cannot do. We're not lifting our butts off the floor. We're going to do a bend forward. So we're going to take, inhale, lift, take your time. As you come around, you're going to pull that left shoulder blade back so we're keeping the chest straight. So we're not doing one of these as we go. We're still maintaining the torso as we twist at the waist. This is a really big one for a lot of people, myself included. Okay, so we're going to take your right hand to the outside of the left leg, wherever that is for you. The knee, the shin, the foot. Now, as we go forward, you're lining up the center of your chest with your knee, and then just slide that arm. So if you're starting with your hand on the outside, just as you breathe, slide it forward towards your ankle and down to your foot. Your left hand is back here behind you for balance and support as we come forward. Breathe. It's a big opener through the back of the shoulder and the lat, so be careful with your placement. And breathe. Always remember too, you don't have to be doing everything that I'm doing. You can modify your position. So if this is where you are and this is all that you're able to do, remember to be here in the beginning portion of the posture. One more breath. We're going to deepen this. If you're able to, you're going to take your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Okay, and then release. We're going to bring your right hand back to center. Release that left, holding in center. Come back up. Same idea. We're just going to twist ourselves over. So place your hands. Lift the rib cage. So we're lifting. Remember, we're going to always lift to do the breath in and always turning on the exhalation. So take two more breaths to come around as you inhale, lift, and exhale and turn. And again, inhale, pull that right shoulder blade back. Okay, and here we go, and forward, placing your left hand to the outside of the right leg, wherever that is. So if you see I'm starting at the knee, because this side for me is tighter. Okay, and then we're just going to breathe into it, and you're going to gently, slowly bend forward and slide that hand down to the outside of your foot, whatever works best for you. This side for me is always tighter. It always takes me longer to get to where I need to go or where I feel I want to go. Sometimes I just don't get there, and that's okay. Listen to your body while you're doing your yoga. It will tell you. Okay, if you're able to grab the foot, do that. Remember, your right hand is behind you for balance. We're going to hold here for 2 breaths. All right, if you're able, you're going to take your right hand to the inside of your foot. And again, be careful what your body's telling you to do. One more breath. Okay, we're releasing the left as it comes back in front and forward. Release your right, and we're releasing all the way back. So we're going to place your hands behind you. Lean back so you're on the back of the sit bones, your butt cheeks. We're going to bring one leg in at a time. So it doesn't matter which one. Okay, and then the other, and your feet are in. You're going to bring your knees up, separate your feet, and just rock your hips from side to side. Excellent. Okay, so we're just going to extend the legs, shake them out, let them relax for a minute. All right, we're going to throw in here a staff posture. It helps strengthen the abdominal wall. So when you're sitting, so front view, stay where you are, side view. So you're literally going to rock your butt cheeks out of the way. So you're just going to rock your bum, lift your butt muscle out of the way, and you're sitting on the sit bones. When we're sitting, the shoulders are above the hips. Yeah, so you're sitting nice and tall and straight. And what we're looking to do is then control the movement here in the abdominals. So you're going to flex your feet at the ankles. So push your heels out, pull your toes towards you, contract your quads, place your hands beside you. If your hands are shorter, you can make a fist or use a block. Okay? We're not pushing into your hands anyway. If your arms are longer, just lean them back, pull them back a little bit so that your fingertips are in line with the bum. Otherwise, we're here. Roll the shoulders back. Remember, we're going to lift the upper torso so everything stays lifted here. Place your hands. Everything's back and open. Now, if you want to advance this, contract your quads. Your heels will come off the floor. Pull the abdominals in like you got punched. Yeah? And keep lifted. And hold that. And breathe. Staff posture. All we're looking to do is an isometric contraction in the transverse abdominal and the rectus abdominal, which runs up and down. We're going to hold that contraction and take 4 deep breaths. Here we go. And again. And again. And again. Last one. And release. Just lean forward to relax the low back. All right, we're also going to use a little posture to help strengthen the abs again, and then we're going to do a hip opener and then into corpse. So you're going to place your feet. We're going to go into a V-sit. So when you go into a V-sit, you want to make sure that you're placing your hands behind your knees, and then you're lifting up the chest, and you're sitting in a V. Yeah? Okay? So find your balance point. You're literally gripping behind your knees for dear life. Roll the shoulders back to lift the chest. Pull the abdominals in really tight. Keep that belly button pulled in. If this is where you are, this is your base posture. If you want to advance it, you're going to find that balance point. You can bring your hands up, one arm, one leg, one arm, both arms, legs and no arms. Find your balance to where you are. Okay? Hold here for 6 of my breaths. Here we go. and release. Okay, we're going to do that again. Now, you're going to take it one level up from what you just did. So if you were hanging on, one level may be one finger, right? So if you're holding on for your whole hand, maybe you want to release your hand but keep it here so you can keep tapping it, or lift one or two fingers. That might be your next level. It doesn't have to be huge. What you want is to hold on to that contraction in the abdominals. That's the most important part. The rest is just the rest, and you work your way up to there. Okay, shoulders back, find your balance point wherever you were. Next level, for me, that's a foot, but I'm gonna hang on. Oops, wrong way. So opposites. Here we go, holding for 6 of my breaths. Last breath. And release. All right, and come forward. Awesome. We're almost there, guys. Doing great. All right, it's going to come up. Now, a little hip opener at the last to like flush all that out. You're going to reach under the right, grab onto the left, and make sure that the knee is in line with your hip. If you're modifying this one, your foot may be here and your hands are behind you when we're holding yourselves lifted, okay? This might be your start point. If you're able to cross your foot, then you're here. Equal weight on both sides of the butt cheek. Foot is down and you're in a straight posture. If you're advancing it through, we're lifting that rib cage and we're turning at the waist, actually below, and turning in and hold here. You're either wrapping the arm around or placing your hand. Find the position that works best for you. If the twist is too much, then you're just here and you're just holding your posture straight, okay? Now, as we're sitting, if you're in full posture, you're actually actively pulling this knee in towards your underarm and you're shifting that weight back down into the right butt cheek, keeping that chest lifted. So we're keeping the chest open and broad, and we're shifting that weight down, yeah? All right, and then breathe. It's a little bit of smaller breath because we're compressing. We're gonna hold for one more breath. So remember when we do the turn, so we're taking a breath in first, and turning on the exhalation, opening up the turn, and we're going all the way around to the left. Take a breath in and exhale, turn back to center. Now we're gonna switch sides, uncross, weed that leg through, reach under the left, grab onto the right like you're threading a needle, under and through. Again, your knee is in line with your hip. And if you're modifying still on this side, your knee is here, your hands are placed, and you're starting here. If you're taking your foot over, equal weight on both sides of your foot. See how my foot came up? Because I'm a little tighter. So, have to position as long as everything is good. Weight, foot, lift, and you want to turn. Place your left hand behind and wrap that arm around. So I'm not going as far because this side's a little bit tighter. So actively pulling the knee in up towards the underarm, and then shifting the weight back down into the left butt cheek. Place your hand behind, keeping the chest open and broad so the shoulder blades come back. Breathe in and turning on the exhalation. I'm not going as far because I'm tighter on this side. One more breath. Okay, here we go as we release out. We're taking a breath in and exhale on, turn all the way through, open up the turn. And here we go as we inhale, lift. And exhale, come back to center, uncross. Guys, we're going down into corpse. If you need to put a cushion under your head, grab a blanket or put your sweater on. We're going to do that. And just rearrange yourself so you're comfortable. And hands behind as you inhale and exhale, roll yourself down. Extend your legs, arms out to the side, get comfortable, and just focus on your breath. We're going to be here for a few minutes, and then we'll come up and try our chanting. Just bend your legs, plant your feet, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, roll to the side, press yourself up into a cross-legged sitting position. Alright, so I promised a little chanting. It's not so much chanting as we're going to focus on our breath, raise the vibration in our body with the So you place your hands. I know this seems really weird for a lot of people because I don't really typically do it, but I thought it would be fun. So you're going to inhale, take a deep breath in, slowly allow the voice kind of come out of your lips. So you're going to take a breath in. Join me. You're going to do it again. Take a breath in. We're going to do two more so you have a chance to kick in. Inhale. Last one. Great work, everybody. Thank you for joining me for Friday morning yoga. Namaste. Have a great day. And we'll see you next week.